All right. All right, today we'll be readings from Psalm 2. Theme: God Ultimate Rule. A psalm writer to celebrate the coronation of Israel king as well as the coronation of Christ, the eternal king. The author, David, Acts 4:25 to 26. Why do the nations conspire and the people plot in vain? The king of the earth rise up, and the ruler band together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their chain and throw off their shackle. The one enthroned in heaven laughs, and the Lord scoffs at them. He rebuked them in his anger and terrifies them in his wrath, saying, I have installed my king on Zion, my holy nation. I will proclaim the Lord's decree. He says to me, You are my son. Today I have become your father. Ask me, and will make nation of your inheritance to the end of the earth your possession. You will break them with a rod of iron, and you will dash them to pieces like pottery. Therefore, you kings, be wise, be warned, you rulers of earth. Serve the Lord with fear and celebrate his rule with trembling. Kiss his son, or he will be angry, and your will lead to your destruction. For his wrath can flare up in moments in a moment. Blessed are all who take refuge in him. All right, the Psalm 2. Now we're going to read the meaning. Psalm 2, verse 1 to 12. Several psalms are called messianic because of their prophetic description of Jesus Messiah, Christ, his life, death, and resurrection, and future reign. David, who wrote this psalm, was shepherd, soldier, and king. Clearly, he was also a prophet in Acts 2:29, verse 30, because his psalm described the rebellion of the nation and the coming of Christ to establish his eternal reign. This psalm often mentioned New Testament in Acts 4:25 to 26, 13 to 13:33, Hebrew 1:5 to 6, 5:5, Revelations 2:26 to 27, 12:5, and 19:15. Psalm 2 verse 1 to 12. David may have written these words during conspiracy against Israel by some of the surrounding pagan nations. Chosen and anointed by God, David knew that God would fulfill his promise to bring Messiah into the world through his bloodline. 2 Samuel 7:16 and Chronicles 17 verse 11 to 12. Psalm 2:3. People often think they will be free if they can get away from God. They wish to run their own lives with rules and without rules or restriction. Yet inevitably, anyone who serve some everyone serves somebody or something, whether a human ruler, an organization, their own selfish desire, just as fish is not free when it leaves the water, and a tree is not free when it is pulled out of the soil. We are not free when we are far from God. We are not made to live apart from God. My only way to experience enjoy enjoy true freedom is to stay deeply connected to the one who created us and can fulfill us completely. Psalm 2:4. Nation in the hands of evil leader will plot evil, making threat, trying to get the upper hand, oppressing the weak and helpless, and God's laugh, not at the nations, but at the leaders' confused thought about power. It is like the laughter of a father when his 3-year-old boasts that he or she can outrun him or beat him in a wrestling match. The father knows the limited strength of its little children, and gods know the boundaries of power for every nation. World power are far more limited than they think, but God's has no limitation. He is omnipotent. When terrorists act threat of nuclear war or other kinds of oppression make us fearful, we should focus our hope on God's rule, which cannot be overthrown. Psalm 2:4. God is all powerful. He created the world and knew about the empire of the earth long before they came to being in Daniel chapter 2 verse 26 to 45. But the pride and power caused nations and leaders rebel against God and try to break free from him. Many world leaders boast of their power, rant and rave against God by his people, and the promise to take over and form their own empire. But God's laugh because any power they have comes from him, and he can also take it from them. We need not fear the boast of tyrant. They are in God's hand and will be judged by him. Psalm 12:11-12. Kiss his son means to surrender fully to him. Christ is not only God's chosen king, he is also rightful king of our heart and lives. To be ready for Christ's return, we must submit to his leadership every day. This command comes with a promise of true joy. Those under God's protection never regret submitting to him. All right. And that is all, folks, for today. And we'll see you again next time. Come around. And good night. God bless.